Today in crypto. The top 100 richest Bitcoin addresses are increasingly bullish, accumulating 16% more Bitcoin over the last 30 days. In total, these addresses added 334,000 more Bitcoin to their bags, or around $11 billion worth. Continue reading on Coin Telegraph. Bitcoin price failed to clear the key $36,000 resistance zone against the US dollar. BTC is showing a few bearish signs and it could continue lower towards $30,000. After trading as low as $30,312, Bitcoin price started a fresh increase. BTC surpassed the $32,000 and $34,000 resistance levels to move into a positive zone. The price even spiked above the $36,000 resistance. However, there was no close above $36,200 and $36,500, a major hurdle as discussed yesterday. As a result, there was a rejection near $36,500 and the price declined below the $35,000 level. There was a break below the $34,000 level in the 100-hourly simple moving average. The price even broke the 50% fib retracement level of the upward move from the $30,312 low to $36,617 high. There is also a major bearish trend line forming with resistance near $34,600 on the hourly chart of the BTC/USD pair. An initial support on the downside is near the $32,700 level. It is close to the 61.8% fib retracement level of the upward move from the $30,312 low to $36,617 high. The next major support is near the $31,700 level, below which Bitcoin price might continue to move down towards the $30,500 and $30,000 levels. Any more losses could lead the price towards the $28,000 support zone. To move into a positive zone, Bitcoin price needs to clear many hurdles, starting with $34,600. The first major resistance for the bulls is near the $35,000 level. The main resistance is still near the $36,000. $36,200 and $36,500 levels. A close above $36,500 is likely to start a fresh rally towards $39,200 and $40,000 in the near term. Technical indicators. Hourly MACD. The MACD is slowly gaining momentum in the bearish zone. Hourly RSI, Relative Strength Index. The RSI for BTC/USD is recovering, but it is still below the 50 level. Major support levels $32,700, followed by $31,700. Major resistance levels $35,000, $36,000 and $36,500. Social media users are leaving traditional providers in droves in favor of more independent platforms over fears of unwarranted data collection, censorship, and refusal of service. A change to WhatsApp's terms of service has triggered a mass exodus from the messaging platform to more private and independent rivals like Telegram and Signal, which have registered millions of new users over the last week. Rather than agreeing to new terms specifying the app's right to share user data with Facebook, millions of WhatsApp users simply gave up using the platform, abandoning it for less intrusive competitors. Telegram alone has been downloaded 25 million times in the last 72 hours. Telegram surpassed 500 million active users. 25 million new users joined in the last 72 hours. 38% came from Asia, 27% from Europe, 21% from Latin America and 8% from MENA. Some of those new sign-ups include refugees from the free speech platform Parler, looking for a way to connect and organize after the right-wing Twitter alternative was suddenly yanked offline by hosting services provider Amazon Web Services, AWS. Many people on Parler joined Telegram when it started getting banned by Apple and others. Not saying that accounts for the 25 million, but there was certainly a big shift over to Telegram. The ability of web hosting giants like AWS to unilaterally close down sites and infrastructure has some in the cryptocurrency industry worried for the future health of blockchain-related projects. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin described Parler's takedown as very worrying in a series of tweets, noting that AWS was much more of a common infrastructure provider than a social media site. Buterin also expressed a certain level of dismay over Twitter's decision to permanently ban President Donald Trump from its platform. Take Infura and AWS offline and see how decentralized ETH is. In the past, estimates have suggested that around 60% of Ethereum nodes run on AWS. EOS and BitShares co-founder Daniel Larimer recently called for the mass abandonment of big social media platforms prior to the takedown of Parler. He correctly predicted that it may have been the last chance to download certain social media apps. Larimer recently quit his position as CTO at OCO developers Block.one, vowing to work on censorship-resistant platforms, which he believes will become increasingly important as more people find themselves banned or suspended from traditional platforms. Other crypto projects are wary of the centralized nature of tech giants like Amazon and anticipate problems relying upon them. The decentralized liquidity network THORChain, for example, incentivizes nodes running its software to avoid AWS by awarding them extra perks for using alternative service providers. THORChain continues to decentralize. Thor nodes are incentivized not to run on AWS, due to concerns about centralization. $250 Rune this week. Rewards increase with an additional 250 Rune per week until AWS Thor nodes are below 33% of the network. pic.twitter.com/4og88 out 22s decentralized solutions providers, like domain name server Handshake, are censorship-resistant in that they avoid reliance on classical processes for domain name resolution. Pirate academic journal archivist Sci-Hub switched DNS providers using Handshake, as mentioned by Buterin, for now. But this will be a boon for the open web, decentralized tools and networks. Short-term concentration will lead to long-term diffusion. Anti-fragility isn't free. Censorship concerns aren't the only reason why reliance on a single hosting service provider poses risks to crypto-based services. In November, AWS outages affected Coinbase, causing users to have problems logging into and navigating their accounts. Businessman Kevin O'Leary, who appears on the reality TV show Shark Tank, seems to be backing away from statements he made in December indicating he might purchase more Bitcoin. In an episode of his YouTube series released today titled Why I'm Not Investing in Bitcoin, O'Leary spoke to Bitcoiner Anthony Pomp Pompliano and called Bitcoin, BTC, a giant nothing burger in terms of its value as an asset. He argued he would be unable to make a significant transaction using the crypto asset because of inconsistent regulatory frameworks across the world. Continue reading on Coin Telegraph. Businessman Kevin O'Leary, who appears on the reality TV show Shark Tank, seems to be backing away from statements he made in December indicating he might purchase more Bitcoin. In an episode of his YouTube series released today titled Why I'm Not Investing in Bitcoin, O'Leary spoke to Bitcoiner Anthony Pomp Pompliano and called Bitcoin, BTC, a giant nothing burger in terms of its value as an asset. He argued he would be unable to make a significant transaction using the crypto asset because of inconsistent regulatory frameworks across the world. Continue reading on Coin Telegraph. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.